Hey, what's up guys, it's Curty Fox and welcome to Foxshot update number 41. So let's go check out on what is new. And someone said in my last video that I was going way too fast, so I'm going to be trying to go slower this time. So this is our new spawn area. We actually changed this quite a bit. We're using, instead of holograms, we have these nice item maps, or are they called item maps? I don't know. But they're basically just maps from images, and then this is like explaining, how to become a builder here. And we got a list of warps over here, a bunch of towns, vehicles, places, and of course, join our Discord if you hadn't already. Check out all these places. Now, we also did update the trial standards. So if you don't know what a trial is, that's just like the process to become builder. You have to build a house. So this is going to be our new standard, 3 block tall, and then 1.5 to 2 blocks wide. So around this size is going to be the door, and the windows are going to be 2 blocks tall like that. And here is a trial checklist you can check out, especially if you're doing trial, just read all of that. And to get a debug stick, you can just throw an item over here and it sort of like pops out like that. Now we also do have a new section right over here called Tips and Tricks, and this is built by Miguel Paca. And he has a bunch of writing explaining a lot of tips and tricks about the trial, roof, slopes, etc. Because a lot of people, they have problems with that. And there also is a secret room over here. Here's Miguel Paca right there. A little Easter egg, so it's like a little club area. Now let's get out of this place. And let's see. And this is detailing. So you can read all of that. Explains everything. But besides that, we got a new MRAP. This is an updated MRAP from the older one for Minecraft Military Force. And these are the new 1.5 to 1 scale houses. So you can see that one's actually a Dutch house, or I don't even know if it's a house, it's like a little apartment or something. Here's like the 1.5 to 1 scale house. So it's a lot smaller than what we were doing before, but this is more accurate to the scale. Here's one by MCCDD. And this one here is by Jake. So you can see these are the new types of houses that you can build for your trial. And another thing that we're bringing back is making the train world public again. So you'll be able to come to, the train warp, the ship warp, the plane warp, the car warp, etc. So those are now all public. So a new warp that we added is warp animation set. And this is part of warp rail set, just like a place for animation sets. You may recognize this, especially if you watch my videos, specifically animations. We got the mudslide animation set here. This one, maybe it's for Union Pacific, I don't know. All sorts of different sets just to place them in all one area, so it's not all like in random places. This is another Union Pacific set. There's Frost's 3 to 1 scale animation set. And here is Warp Flushing, based on Flushing at Queens, New York City. So it's my hometown, and I have been working on it a little bit. So we got some new buildings going up here. I've also redesigned New World Mall area, fixed up these traffic lights, changed the lamps here, McDonald's right there. But a lot of this is kind of old, so these parts right over here, they're old, so they need to be replaced. But one day, hopefully, this is going to be completed. Alright, so now we're in the train world, and this is by Rosie Fox, relatively new builder from the UK. Giant British flag right there. So we've got a couple builds. So here we have the Class 43, and the Class 37, the Class 171, and what is this here? A Class 377. This is Electrostar. Never really heard of that, but here they are. We got an EMU passenger train, and then another one, I guess, as well as some diesel locomotives. So that is what they look like. This one looks like it has sort of like the British Railways logo. So very cool. We have some British stuff in here. And I believe these are 1.8 to 1 scale. So that is actually a DMU, not an EMU. So this is EMU, DMU, and then diesel. While on the other side, there is this giant 3 to 1 scale. And this is the Azuma, operated by the LNER. And here is what it looks like. So it's a very cool design. Got a nice pantograph on the top. Definitely a lot of detail on the roof here. Got a lot of vents. Here's what the doorway looks like, and they're using this block over here. It's called tinted glass, so that's interesting. That's the first time I've seen someone use it. Also using those new, what is this even? Like, this is a lightning rod. So they're definitely utilizing a lot of the newer 1.17 materials. And here is what the entire train set looks like, and they are connected to another set here in the back. So across this lawn over here on this side, this is by Mr. Sweet. He's also from the UK, so we've got a lot of British stuff in this update. And he's been making some trains over here. This is by the Great Western Railway. It's a BR. Okay, it's just the pacer right over here. The train that's sort of like a bus. And then we have another one, Great Western Railway there. And let's see what this one is. It says outdated build, no longer by whole trains apparently. And then we got the Azuma. That's funny. You know, we have two Azumas now. One is a giant one there. And then we have like sort of like a normalized version of it. I'm assuming this is like 1.5 to 1 scale if it's 4 blocks wide. And then right over here, this is the CVD. I never heard of that. But these are some cool trains. Got some coaches here in the back. And I wonder if this is like a different version or something. Sort of looks like the same thing though. And then we have this train right over here. Let's see what this one is called. It says Desiro or Desiro. I'm really bad at pronunciations. This is a class 185. Very nice, from the UK. And then right over here, this is another outdated build. This is a British Rail Mark IV coach. But it is a nice... Alright, so another warp that we have is Warp Military. And this is where we placed a bunch of military dioramas just to have them included in one area. See, like over there, you know, D-Day landing. Fort Foxhole back over there. And then Mikalpaka, I think he's his town. But we're going to take a look right over here. This is actually by Laffy and Martacha NL. So they're from Germany and the Netherlands. So here is, I don't know what exactly this is. Maybe it's some training exercise. But there's a lot of these European, you know, military vehicles right over here. Trucks, logistics, and some self-propelled howitzers, I believe. And there's a couple of Chinooks flying in the sky and a giant plane right over there. Let's go take a look at that. Alright, so this plane right over here, this is a C-17 Globemaster 3. It's a very cool build. I think this one is by Martacha NL, and, you know, we got some fins right over there. I don't know what that's for. Very, very cool. And we'll look down over here in this field. There's a couple of these vehicles. What are they exactly? Let's go take a look. This looks to be some kind of armored car or like a APC armored personnel carrier. And in the forest itself, there's like a little dirt road here. And there is a convoy, maybe some infantry fighting vehicles. This one looks like a squat truck, to be honest. Maybe it's an MREP, I don't know. But they're patrolling in the forest. Cool. Alright, so we're back at the train world. And now we're going to take a look at Spicy Spider's trains right over here. So he has some Northern 484s, the Challengers, and it says here the big boys, so there is multiple lanes for them. So we'll go take a look at that. And I've noticed a lot of people, they started making like these, you know, train tracks with like space underneath just to work on that. So I guess that is a good way to, you know, build stuff. He also is apparently making use of like the lightning rod block. So here's a look at all of them. So I guess they're all different. This one is a Greyhound. And then we have another Greyhound. So I guess these are like different liveries of the locomotives. Take a look here at the back. Yeah, it's interesting. This tender is actually like sloping towards the bottom. And then right over here, I don't know if he wants me to look at this or not, but we'll take a look at it just in case, you know, just Union Pacific. You know, he actually divides them by manufacturer, so GE, General Electric, and Electric Motive Division, I guess, EMD. So those are the two main manufacturers of trains in the US, at least locomotives. Alright, so now we are in Fresh Pond Yard. This is actually in New York City, Queens, where I am, although I don't live near here particularly. This is actually by MCC DD101, and he's making the New York and Atlantic Railway Yard. So there's a bunch of these green and black locomotives here. You got the MP15 ACs, and you know, some locomotives like the PR20B. You have like weird names like that. Might be like a GP38-2, so that one is one of them. You also do have, the actual rail yard itself with some box cars and cargo. I think these box cars look pretty nice. And he's making this whole entire yard, so that's pretty cool. They're all leading up to that line there, so it's actually going places. And this side of the yard, we have a nice parking lot, so it's filled with cars. Very cool. And there is a little work shed here, locomotive in the front of this. And let's see, I like the detail that he puts on the sides as well, so it's not like completely blank. Got some shipping containers. There's the locomotive right there. And these are actually a different color, so I don't know what exactly this is, maybe. This might be CIT, which I think is a leasing company. So that's cool, he has that. And there also is a bridge overpass, so I think that looks pretty cool. I guess like cars drive over. And again, by MCC DD101, these are some buildings. They're all 1.25 to 1 scale in Minecraft, because if you actually make it to 1.5 to 1 scale, I don't think you can actually fit the building unless, the height limit increase, which I still think that might be not enough. Well, look at that huge barrier right there. But here we have 2 skyscrapers right over here. I think one of them, he said by Melbourne. Yeah, that's from Australia. He's actually an Australian builder. So we'll take a look at that. We've got like a nice store here. I guess a garage area, some other stores, and then the giant building right over here. Let's go see what it is on the very top of this. So there actually is like a rooftop garden. That's pretty nice. You can sit down over here and enjoy, I guess, the fresh air. You can look down. It's very dangerous to look down. And then here's like a second level here, and then this is the very top of the building. They got some HVAC. Well, the other building, this is actually not even all the way to the top of the other one. So let's see at the top of this, there is, some vents up there. I'm surprised there's actually like a hollow section, so not sure why they did that for this building, but you can climb on out. Feels like what happens if like water goes in here? Does it just fill up with water or something? And then we have some terraced floors right there, so this is pretty cool. Is that a subway station? I think it might be, so that's cool. I wonder what train actually goes here. Alright, so now we're at Warp UK. It says Red Arrows and Landscaping, helped by Mr. Sweet. And this area is mainly built by the Dills, so there's the Red Arrows, so that's by Mr. Sweet. That's pretty cool. This is basically the Royal Air Force's aerobatic team. I actually did see them in real life, and they are pretty cool, so this is pretty nice to look at. Wow. So they are flying overhead. There's also this huge development over here that was not there before, so they're making a nice neighborhood, I guess. Alright, and apparently this purple stain is just the shadow from the glass overhead. So if I didn't have shaders, it probably wouldn't be like a red dyed road like that. But here is the neighborhood that is going up. So that is pretty cool. If you live in the UK, maybe you recognize these buildings. They look familiar to you, sort of. And this is really nice that it's on a slope as well. It's not just flat land. And there is a nice overpass over here. So this is actually an electrified route. Got some train over here. I think that is the Pacer. As for the train station itself, we got the, I guess that is the GWR. And some more GWR. Maybe this is a class 66, because I know these are really common there. And it's carrying some kind of a container train or cargo train. And for the station itself, so this is actually a lot more developed than the last time I've seen it for sure. There's even some people right over here just talking, just chilling. So I guess this is how you make people in Minecraft now, just with heads and walls. And it also does have parking lot. So it's like a little ramp that goes up to the station. And we have some buses. So these are like, do not enter here. Let's see what bus this is. This is Oxford via Abingdon, and it's the X2. So we got a double-decker bus. And let's see what else we have here. And here's a look at the station. Very cool. Got a lot of like handicap, wheelchair accessible places there. And we got the nice British Railway logo here. And this is the Dedocked Parkway via GWP North. It's the 98 bus. Hopefully these are actually based on real life buses, and whoever like lives here recognizes that. Pretty well detailed, and you know, it's actually really nice to see this in Minecraft, especially the level of detail. I really like how it looks like. And then we have another bus right over here. This is another one, the deduct, and there is a pickup truck and a cement mixer here. Alright, so for the rest of the town, we got, you know, the police down there. So if you guys do want to check this out for yourself, just come on the server, go to Warp UK. We got a trash truck right over here. This is actually really long. And we got a lorry. I wonder if you guys call them lorries, like trucks like this, because I know lorry is like a British term. Alright, so now we're in Warp Car, and we're going to show off some builds by Mr. Sweet and the Dills. They're both from the UK, so definitely got like a lot of UK builds in this update. So we got some tractors. These are the John Deere 6R series, so at least that's American. We got American, you know, tractors. American tractors are actually quite popular in Europe, I think. And we got the JCB Agri Load All, which looks to be some kind of a scooper. Got some more tractors right over here. I really like the grill design for this. He's using banners. It's pretty creative. And let's see, some more tractors. So there's a whole bunch of tractors right over here. Probably the most tractors I've ever seen on the server. And it got a loader right over here. I wonder what company. It said JCB. So whatever JCB must be a popular company. And by the way, they're also split, so I don't know who exactly, like, where's the center line for this? Or is it just like a collaboration between two people? I don't know. But yeah, we'll just take a look at the builds. Got some trucks over right over here. The Mercedes. Oh, whoa. We have the guy right over there. There's the Dills. He's building yet another tractor. I think he's building another tractor. Anyways, we got some UK trucks right over here. They're using a lot of these 3-axle trailers. And well, this one has a funny face. This is the Massey Ferguson 165. Very nice tractor. Along with some other ones. This one looks to have like weird attachment in the front. It says a front loader, which I don't know how exactly it's supposed to like pick up, so I don't see like a bucket or anything. And then we have a John Deere, etc. New Holland T7. And then we have some combine harvesters. So these are actually pretty nice to harvest crops. So it's not just one type of tractor. Got another John Deere. This is actually quite massive. So you could put in whatever the material is here, and then they dump this out into like another truck, I believe. And here's the combine harvester, a large one. I wonder, this one looks actually quite small, so I wonder how exactly it works. Or maybe does this one go dump stuff into this one, and this one dumps stuff into another truck? Maybe. I don't know. But here, this is the one that harvests a lot of stuff. And what is this exactly? It's a John Deere header and trailer. I'm not sure what that means. It kind of looks like the attachment for that, though. Just going the other direction. And then we have the Richard Western SF16. It's a grain trailer. Right there. Got some other trailers as well. A lawnmower, or just a front-mounted mower. So these are attachments you can attach to your tractors, I guess. So a lot of farming equipment for sure. So here is the Dills, and I believe Mr. Sweet is actually on right now. So here, he can have a cameo in the video, and it says some help by the Dills. So I wonder, does he want me to look at this stuff? I think so. This is actually his home. So he got, I don't know, is this like a town based in real life? I think it might be. So this is actually where he's using the tractors. So they have like a real world purpose. It's not just building a vehicle. You're building the entire like environment around it. That's pretty nice. So it's like a nice rural area for farming and agriculture. But it also is, let me take a look at the fields first. What plant are they exactly growing here? It's probably just wheat. Yeah, it's just wheat seeds. So we got a nice field here. It's a bit of a terrace here. So railroad track's gonna go, is that an underpass there? But it's also next to like a nice little town here, a little suburb. I'm not sure what the British people call these towns, but it's not like in the middle of the nowhere. So we got some nice houses right over here. and they look pretty similar to each other, so you could just like copy and paste them and modify them so that they're a little bit different. They're not all the same, that they have the same structure. Clothesline, drawer, drawing line, soccer. I've seen this a lot in trials actually, like a soccer, what do you call this, a net or goal? Soccer goal in trials. I wonder how common that is, because I don't know anyone who has that in real life. Then we got a nice lawn here. This one has a little shed in the back. And yeah, he can sit in these chairs, just chill out. It's relax. It's actually pretty nice. And let's see what else we have here. Got some nice houses there. And they're all separated by these fences everywhere. And there is a van here. It's just designed by the Dills, so Dills is helping as well. It appears these houses go into dead ends, so I wonder how exactly. I don't think he's actually done with this area, or else, the garage, they have to connect to the road. Alright, so we're back in the car area, and this is actually right next to the area we reviewed before, but this time we're looking at Laffy's area. So, he's the guy from Germany, and we have, some military vehicles. Apparently you could follow Laffy on Instagram, Laffy Builds. Shout out. And here are some of his tanks. We have seen them before, but we're just going over them again. I don't know if there's actually any newer builds. Maybe this one here. This one is a M551. It's a Shilka. I've never actually heard of this before. Maybe it's from the Cold War or something like that. And the M551 Sheridan. This one I've heard of before. Sort of like a tank, but it's really small. And then we have the Chinese Type 99 tank right there. And then we have the Kampfpanzer. It's a Leopard 2A6. Nice, because the Leopard, they are really common for, German military stuff. But here's a look at all the builds. And of course, we got some trucks here in the back, which I don't think has changed much since the last time we've seen them. There also is a French one. This is an AMX 10RC. Very nice. So this is a K4, whatever that is. We got two trucks like that. All right, so now we're going to take a look at Martaj's area in Warp Planes. And he mostly does military stuff, so this is his military aviation section. So here we have some new builds. We got the C5 Galaxy. Very nice, using the new Blackstone slabs for this. It's a very huge transport aircraft, even bigger than the C-17 Globemaster 3. So, oh, look at how many wheels there are underneath. And this one also is actually open inside, so it could fit a lot of stuff inside here. There is also like different sections. He actually labeled them. So these are the transport and the, I guess, aerial warfare, something like that. Got fighters, and back over there, heavy bombers. What else? We got UAVs, helicopters, civilian stuff. So just a whole lot of variety here. So if you guys do want to check these out for yourself, just come on the server and, check out Warp Planes for sure. Because this has a lot of aircraft. Yeah, got even the B-52 bomber right there. The B-2 Spirit. What are these? Like C-130s perhaps? Or maybe not. I'm not actually sure because these look kind of thin. Maybe it's a C-27, perhaps. Here's the Glowmaster 3, the C-17. So you compare it to C5 Galaxy. I do like the new color that 1.17 definitely brings. And here are the UAVs right over there that we have seen before now. Got some Chinook helicopters. Got the Sea Stallion, I believe. Some attack helicopters. This is the Apache's, the longbow variant of it. Here we got the Kiowa Warrior. So a lot of these U.S. Army helicopters are actually named after like Native American tribe names. So all those names are Native American, Apache, Kiowa, V-22 on top. So I guess like one is gray and the other one is dark gray. And there also is like U.S. Well, first we can take a look at this smaller one, the Little Bird. Now we can take a look at the, this is what the president uses, Marine 1-3, it's a Sea King. So you see often presidents, they're coming off like a little staircase from there. And what is this, like a Huey helicopter, Vietnam era? Yeah, it's the Iroquois. And we got the Black Hawk helicopters, the UH-60 from, Black Hawk Down. This is a really nice design. Got another Black Hawk, but this one is an MH-60L, so I guess it has this long lance. Then we got even a medical. There's a lot of these variants of the Black Hawk that he made. A medical one, what is this, with rockets? It's an armed one. So we got giant rockets, your weapons on the side. Oh my god, there's another one. There's an external fuel tank version of it. How many variants of the Black Hawk does he have? And this one's the Seahawk, which is basically the US Navy version of it. All very cool designs. Oh wow, there's another Black Hawk. What is this one? It's with a boom. I thought the other one, that had a boom as well, with skis apparently. Oh yeah, it does have skis at the bottom instead of tires. And back over there, this is an AH-1Z Viper. It's an attack helicopter used by the Marine Corps, I believe. And now we can take a look at some planes. So we got some Boeing planes here. I forgot which one this is. It might be an E2 or E3 Century, I believe. So this is the Boeing 787-10, and he has it in several liveries. And he's from the Netherlands, so we got the KLM. That is the Royal Dutch Airlines, so Dutch people represent. And some other liveries there. Then we got the Boeing 737. This is the 800. Many liveries there. Again, KLM. This one here is a Delta plane. And Delta, I think Delta is probably my favorite airline. And this is an Airbus A350-900. So if you're into aviation, here you go. Take a look at all these planes. They're really cool. This one's a really small one. Let's see what this one is called. It says Embraer 175. So there you go. All right, so next we have the Airbus A330-300. And yeah, just again, some other liveries. And I don't want to go exactly to like every single one. And if you're into aviation, you could recognize what these are exactly, because I honestly, they all look the same to me. They're just like different, I guess, sizes. I just like looking at the different liveries for them. And right over here, this one is American Airlines. This one's really cool. Got the US flag right there. All right, so in addition to that, he has a little section here. It's actually some crash tenders. So these are basically like firefighting vehicles. We even got, I think this might be a HEMT, but it's for like firefighting mode. And then we got these crash tenders. They're probably like Oshkosh Strikers. I believe that's a pretty common one. And we got like a random crane here on the side. I don't know what that's exactly doing here. This is the Dutch and German border. Yep, it literally says Dutch and German border by Martecha and Laffy right over here. So Laffy section. He didn't really ask me to look at this, but yeah, he has one plane there. All right, so here is Warp Arsenal, and this is where I keep a lot of my vehicle tutorials, as well as, Minecraft Military Force Arsenal back over there. So I've basically like color coded so you can see different sections easily. So here we got, the FD&Y or fire department stuff. So mainly like New York City Fire Department, but we do have, the LAFD and like a random crash tender, which I never actually finished. Then we got, the police section with the NYPD along with British police. And we got, delivery trucks or vans, package cars, USPS, FedEx, and UPS. Some Con Edison, which is basically like sanitation. No, not sanitation. That is sanitation with the garbage trucks. This one is more like sewers and power utility stuff. Got some other city vehicles here. New York City taxi, ice cream truck. And then we have some construction vehicles, which I do want to do more construction vehicle tutorials on Foxshot. By the way, if you've been wondering why I haven't been posting tutorials on this channel, I've been posting them all like on Foxshot, which is a separate channel. So check that out if you haven't already. And, we got like a nice crane there. So what else do we have here? We've got the pickup trucks, we got cars, SUVs. This is really nice and handy, especially for like animations. I gotta grab like a couple cars, so I just picked them off this lot. So really easy to add. And then we have the new trucks. Really glad how the truck designs have changed over the years, It used to sort of look like this, but now this is more like what I'm doing right now. And then we got some Chinese trucks, you know, Pepsi trucks, and car carrier, box truck, etc. And this is actually the area where I actually developed the design. So right now, I guess I'm working on like the FDNY, you know, the fire engine, because I already updated the fire ladder. So that is on the way, as well as I do want to do like an hempt for sure for Minecraft military force. It's just a really common US military vehicle. Also got some other builds on the way. And then all the way here to the left, we got the bus section. So we've got a lot of buses, and they are all, well, this front row is actually from various places, but the back row is actually from the MTA from New York City. So New York City itself, it has a lot of buses. So there we go. And we got some random vehicles right over there. Now for the military section, I didn't label everything, but I sort of organized it depending on what vehicle type it is. So these are actually not built by me. They're built by like a variety of people, because Minecraft Military Force is a group of people. So here we have a tank section here. And then we got some armored personnel carriers or IFVs, stuff like that. And then we got some MREPs right over here. Got some strikers, which are sort of like APCs. And then we got some Humvees and all these troop transports. And then we got some amphibious stuff right there. And for our next row, there's a lot of these missile launchers, you know, ICBM. Got the Top LM, you got the Iraqi Scud, some various missile launchers here, and howitzers. So these look like tanks, but they're not tanks, they're howitzers. And then we have a row of just army trucks in general right there. And behind there is a bunch of these, I guess, army combat engineers. They're just making like bridges and, you know, towing stuff out of ditches, stuff like that. Got the Gustav gun, you know, just ships right over here on this section. So Martacha's ship is the newest one of the lot. And that one's actually 1-to-1 scale, so that is why it looks so tiny compared to the other ones. But these two ships, they're by myself, though. They're kind of old right now. You gotta, like, update them to standards. And then we just got, like, a bunch of military aircraft. It's kind of spread apart. So this part, it's actually not really organized. I just like put in whatever after I film the tutorial. So again, these are on the Minecraft Military Force, which is another channel. So if you guys want a tutorial for them, they are actually available right there. Alright, so this is Warp Towns, and this is just an area to store random towns that don't really fit anywhere. I'm thinking of getting a new map though, but there's nothing really new here before. It's just like this is Delta's town area, and then we have a random town. This is by Montez. He's from Spain. And Delta is from Lithuania, but this is actually based on Ohio, the town. So we definitely got like a lot of European builders on the server. I would say most of the builders are from Europe, although there are from different countries, so they're not all from the same country. But I am planning on making a future map just because, you know, the main world itself, it's kind of flat like this, which I don't really like. I do want to have like a landscape, you know, just make things a lot cooler, and then you could build buildings around the landscape. That'll make it more realistic. So I hope to do that sometime, at least till 2022. I think by then I can get a map done. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you guys do want to become a builder here, come on and take a trial, or you could just come on look around at the very warps. Again, you know, the train warp, you know, ship warp is now public, but please do not copy builds onto your own world or stuff like that. People really don't like that. If you are caught copying, you will be banned from the server, so please do not do that at all. You know, just come on, check out for, you know, just inspiration, stuff like that. But anyways, if you guys do enjoy the video, remember to hit that like button down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.